I've been dropshipping over the last 7 years, and I've learned so many different tips and tricks that can help beginners start a profitable e-commerce business very quickly and make life-changing progress. And in this video, I went ahead and compiled the top 10 tips from my last 4 years of making videos. And I know this is going to be super valuable for any beginner who's wanting to get into the dropshipping game right now. So if you do enjoy this content, guys, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. Enjoy. Let's talk about products, because products are going to make or break the success of your business. Now, we all hear this term winning product in dropshipping, and I'm going to tell you guys, this term is actually fake. Winning product has become this really elusive term that all these dropshippers are using to confuse you on how this business model works. People say winning product is because they don't know how to market, they don't know how to design websites, and their definition of winning product is something that doesn't take much effort to sell, which of course we're looking for products that there isn't much friction to sell. But the thing is, you can make any product a winning product if you're able to create the right angles, if you're able to craft the right messaging, and if you're really able to deliver value through your ads and your website. So what I recommend when you're picking a product out is to not look at all these different trending products and all these different dropshipping tools every single day. While they can be of assistance to help you spot trends and to spot things that are doing well right now, you don't need to go out and copy them. My recommendation to you is to find a target audience that you want to cater to. So for example, this microphone over here is helping creators improve their audio. So if that's what you want to focus on, then you can start looking for products that could bring value to that customer base. And you can do this by looking on AliExpress and Alibaba to see what products are out there to fill that gap. And what I recommend is to pick something new and unique that the market hasn't really seen before. This is going to give you so much more potential than reselling all the same BS that literally thousands and thousands of dropshippers are selling right now. The next method I'm going to be telling you about, which I personally recommend, which is helping me scale my brand to over $20,000 a day, is learning how to buy ads. Buying ads, in my opinion, is the most valuable skill when it comes to running an e-commerce business, because if you can learn how to buy ads profitably and you can put $1 in and effectively get $3 out, then you've essentially created a money printing machine, and it's just a matter of you scaling up the advertising budget, and you're going to be able to control how much income your brand's bringing. Now, of course, it's not going to be that easy. There's many components when it comes to buying ads. The first thing that's really going to matter is your creative. Creative is going to make or break your success on any of these platforms. You want your creatives to be very eye-catching. You want to have strong hooks. And then in the body of the video, you need to go over the value proposition behind why people would buy your product. And then lastly, you need a call to action and a great offer that's going to entice them to go on your website and purchase this product now. Now, the key to having a good creative is to properly showcase the benefits and the pain points behind your customer. If you're able to do this right, then there's not going to be much friction when it comes to advertising. Now, besides creative, the next thing you're going to need to understand is targeting. You're going to need to understand your ideal customer demographic, and you're going to need to target those customers on whatever platform you decide to sell on, whether it be TikTok or Facebook. Usually these platforms have interest targeting built into their system, which essentially means that you're going to be able to pick specific interests through Facebook or TikTok to go after your ideal buyer. So what I recommend to do for this is to do a lot of market research on your product. Figure out who's buying this product, and you can even create a customer avatar. An avatar just goes over what this person likes, what their age is, what their gender is, and once you understand these criteria, then when you go on these platforms, it's going to be much easier to select interest. And another pro tip that I recommend you do is create a numbers or an Excel sheet and put 15 or 20 products in a list before you even decide to choose your product. And in the Excel sheet, I like to put a few different columns to track the profit margin, how many likes the post has, and then when we actually look at this Excel sheet, we're going to be able to find which products are standing out based off data. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys in the habit of doing, is looking at real data points, because a lot of the time when newbies get into e-commerce, they see a product product, they get emotionally attached to it and think that it's the product that's gonna sell like hotcakes, but then it just doesn't end up doing that. So I truly think if you take this data-driven approach, you're gonna be much more likely to succeed, because this is what real dropshippers are doing that are making real money. Build a brand that you would buy from. This is something that most people never think about, but at the end of the day, we're all consumers. I'm sure you own some products, and I'm sure there's some companies that you love. Now think about those companies that you really like, and think about what values they have, what their customer service looks like, and what really makes that company special to you, and start trying to implement those values that you already inherently have into the business that you're building. You don't need to listen to everyone online who's telling you, hey, do this, do that, this is the fastest way to make money. But you can implement some of the structure out there that's already working and add your values into it, so you can create a stronger business that is independent. I learned how powerful affiliate programs were at a very young age, and I've actually used them in pretty much all of my e-commerce businesses, and most people don't know how to use affiliate programs strategically. I believe that affiliate programs are all about creating relationships. So if I was to start over from scratch, affiliate programs would definitely be one of the bread and butter, especially on a small budget. So one way you can do this super strategically is you can reach out to different influencers and even your customer base, and you want to get their contact information and also add them into a Discord group. Inside this Discord group, what you can do is you can create a real community around promoting your brand. So every single day you can come in this Discord group and let the affiliates know whoever gets the most sales can get some type of prize. So I believe by gamifying your affiliate program and creating a bond with the affiliates who come in, you're gonna be able to get so many more sales so much quicker. And I think most people are lazy when it comes to affiliate programs, because obviously there's a lot of work that you need to put in to find the proper affiliates. So I would say one way to automate this process is to bring someone on your team. You could find them off Fiverr or something, just to do outreach for different influencers, because you can find a lot of people who promote your brand for completely free, but you're never gonna find them unless you're actively going out there and sending messages to people and trying to bring them on board. There's a metric that we use in e-commerce called return customer rate, and sadly, every single dropshipper that I've spoken to is not familiar with this metric, nor do they focus on this metric. Now, if you ask anyone who's really building brands or anyone who's serious about making money online, who's made any real success in e-commerce, they'll tell you that this is one of the single-handedly most important metrics that you could focus on as a business owner. Not only is it going to help you acquire more revenue, because acquiring an existing customer is going to be much cheaper than acquiring new customers, but from the potential of a long-term outlook, you having a consistent flow of returning customers looks very good and will attract tons of different investors if you ever decide to sell your e-commerce business. Now, of course, that's not going to be relevant for a lot of you guys. Some of you guys are just starting off in e-commerce. Some of you don't even know what to do. You can sit on the sidelines. You can see how all of these other people are operating and come from a different perspective, a long-term perspective. And let me tell you, the more long-term you're able to think in this industry, the more money you're going to end up making. Personally, in my experience, I found that hiring a team with my dropshipping store helped me so much, because when I first got into this, I was trying to manage everything myself. Customer service, marketing, shipping out the orders, and I just totally got crushed from this process. So when I started bringing in virtual assistants to my business, that's when everything took off. So I think most people look at dropshipping as a solopreneur type gig. And to be honest, I think it's much more suited to be built as a business with a team, because at the end of the day, to be super successful with this business model, in my opinion, you should take the reign of your company. So I'm the CEO of my e-commerce company. So I'll have people actually help me test products out, helped me manage customer service. And am I ashamed of it? Absolutely not, because it gives me focus on doing the things that I'm really good at, which is finding killer products, figuring out marketing strategies for these products, and overall just being the action taker that can help move the needle in these companies. So definitely don't think about dropshipping as this super simple business model with just a few components. It's definitely like building a real business. A lot of newbies, when they come into this business model, number one, they're very skeptical on if this actually works. And I think that triggers a lot of negativity in your subconscious, because if you don't truly think that this business model works, then number one, you're gonna be taking half-assed actions, and you're probably not gonna have full conviction when you're working and putting full effort in that it will take to get a successful store off the ground. So your mindset in this, number one, you're gonna need to believe that this business model works. This is something that a lot of people do not talk about, but I think this could be the biggest Achilles heels for people starting off dropshipping. If you're smoking weed all day, if you're drinking alcohol every single weekend, then these are things that will definitely affect your ability to start a store, because at the end of the day, you are starting a business, and the effort you put in is the effort that comes out. So one thing I recommend to every beginner is to look at the habits that they have in their life. And I know this doesn't directly correspond to business, but when you start removing some of these unhealthy things and you start improving your diet, start getting into the gym, you're gonna feel a little bit better up here, and that's gonna help you take the actions and give you the mental power to overcome some of the issues that happen when you're starting a drop shipping business. So if I were to give a few tips to Shopify dropshippers who are just starting, number one, be prepared to fail. There's a lot of testing and tweaking when you're in the e-commerce market, and nothing's ever gonna go as you planned. A lot of the times you're gonna see a very clear path to success, but there's gonna be so many roadblocks that you're gonna need to overcome in order to be successful. Because at each point in your business, there's different pivots and there's different situational things that you're gonna need to get through. And the second tip, don't be emotional in this business. I truly think e-commerce is such a data-driven business, because every piece of data that you're fed, you need to make quick decisions on. So I truly think that if you come into this business model not expecting to make a ton of money, but with the mindset of educating yourself on all the fundamentals of this business model and just coming at this with a more lighthearted approach and using the budget that you can comfortably lose, then I think you're gonna have a lot more success than someone coming into this with their last $1,000 and needing this to work. I see way too many people put their backs against the wall, and they really take the fun out of this whole process, and they're not actually learning it cohesively, so it all goes to trash. Now, the third tip is just to keep going. If you try a couple e-commerce stores and it doesn't work out for you, so what? You might have to test out a few more products there, but at the end of the day, if you can just get one store to be successful, it could completely change your life.